Thank you. Mr. Bedoyan, in a report, the GAO recommended that the FBI be the lead effort to develop a national strategy on scams. The legislation that Chairman Scott and I introduced, the National Strategy for Combating Scams, reflects GAO's recommendation and would require FBI to lead the interagency effort. However, while working on the report, you talked to 13 agencies that engage in efforts to combat scams, including the CFPB and the FTC. Conceivably, one of the other agencies could also lead the effort to develop the national strategy. Can you explain the GAO recommendation that the FBI lead the effort and instead of the other agencies like the FTC?
Sure. Thank you for your question, Ranking Member Gillibrand. The FBI, on balance, all the factors that we reviewed, is best positioned to take the lead. They actually may have volunteered to do that, while other agencies basically demurred, either explicitly or implicitly. So we took that into consideration. We did make 16 recommendations to 3 agencies, as you know. But we thought that the FBI, given its scope, scale, its investigative capacity, they have the financial crime section, which is a key unit within the Bureau to tackle these types of crimes, including scams. They have the authorities, they have the global networks coordinating with other law enforcement. So it's just a multiplicity of factors that position them well to do this.
Thank you. Ms. Koven, in furtherance of Senator Scott's question about can you get remuneration for the victims because of the blockchain, what tools would be useful in the federal government to have to be able to actually recoup some of that money? For example, do we need to augment the capabilities of FinCEN? Do we need to have a special directed unit to do cryptocurrency blockchain investigations for quick return of funding? What recommendations do you have for us to specifically have more tools to use the benefits of the clarity and the transparency of the blockchain, but also to create better oversight and enforcement?
Thank you for your question. I think that I can't speak to any specific agency, but I will say in my experience, there definitely needs to be more training and tools using blockchain analytics to be able to see the full spectrum of the crime, and so that we can holistically tackle the scam ecosystem, not just the scammed funds, but the services and infrastructure that are supporting and underlying these scams, from AI tech to data brokers. And we need to beat them at their own game. We can do that by incorporating AI-enabled fraud prevention strategies. Chainalysis Alteria, for example, leverages AI to identify scam activity across platforms, payment system, domains, social media accounts, and blockchains. And this enables financial institutions and law enforcement to identify more victims, build a bigger case, identify targets for disruption. And frankly, this also allows this data to be integrated with financial institutions so that they can prevent scammers from even interacting with a human being before they even engage with the scam itself. Mm-hmm. So in addition to recovering funds and restitution, prevention should absolutely be part of this strategy.
And we frequently hear about the growing use of AI, including regenerative AI, in scams that target older adults. However, the same technology that helps scammers may also be used to combat these scams, as you said. The Australian telecommunications firm TPG recently used AI chatbots to waste the time of scammers. You also discussed in your written testimony how Chainalysis has an AI tool that can help block scams. Can you please discuss further how AI can be used in identifying and blocking scams? Do you foresee any new opportunities for tools to combat scams based on new developments of AI?
Absolutely. Thank you for that question. In our recent research, we found that scams leveraging AI are 4.5 times more profitable than scams that don't. And we're rapidly approaching a future where virtually all scams will incorporate AI to some extent, which is pretty scary stuff when you think about the numbers they're pulling in today. We do need to fight fire with fire. AI-enabled fraud prevention technologies like Chainalysis Alteria, it leverages AI to identify scam activities across domains, social media accounts, and blockchains. And this can enable financial institutions and blockchain companies to be able to integrate this into their platform so that they can identify mule accounts, victim accounts, and really have a holistic picture of the whole scam supply chain. Furthermore, law enforcement also needs to have this prevention capability and this insight to be able to target their efforts against different components of the scam supply chain.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.